Government information secrecy and crisis management, balancing confidentiality and transparency. Explore how government secrecy shapes crisis management policies, balancing confidentiality with public trust during emergencies. Why governments keep secrets when crisis strikes. You ever wonder why, when some big crisis hits, whether it's a natural disaster, a public health emergency, or a national security threat, governments often seem to hold back on sharing all the details? I mean, we live in an age where info spreads fast, news cycles are relentless, yet there's this thick fog of government classified information that just doesn't make it to the public. It's not just paranoia, it's a real, intentional choice. Today, I want to talk about what's really going on when government officials decide to keep their cards close to their chest during times of crisis, and why that's both understandable and frustrating. First off, let's get one thing straight. Governments maintain some level of secrecy for legitimate reasons. When crisis hits, there's often a race against the clock. Sometimes the info is incomplete, evolving, or even potentially harmful if released too early. Think about it like this. If every government document or plan was public during a chaotic event, it could cause mass panic, misinformation, or even give hostile groups an advantage. This is where government confidentiality steps in as a kind of protective shield. For example, during health crises, officials might withhold certain details to avoid triggering unnecessary hysteria. Or in cases involving national security, releasing sensitive plans or intelligence prematurely can sabotage operations or endanger lives. On the flip side, we often see frustratingly slow or vague communications, which fuel suspicion and mistrust among the public. That's where the crunch of government transparency issues comes in, and why many people feel governments are hiding something. Now, this dynamic of government information secrecy during emergencies isn't new. History shows us that many governments have secret policies that only surface decades later, or sometimes never truly come to light. While these government secret policies might be meant to protect citizens, they sometimes backfire by eroding public trust, especially when the secrecy feels excessive or unnecessary. And it's tricky because the balance is delicate. If governments blur the line too much towards secrecy, they risk alienating the very people they aim to protect. If they are too transparent, they might compromise strategic plans or cause widespread fear during sensitive times. There's actually a pretty thrilling way to get a sense of what this balance looks like taken to an extreme. And here I have to mention Hush, a psychological thriller of alien manipulation and deep state deceit. This book pulls no punches in exploring the world of government secrecy and conspiracy during crisis situations, blending psychological suspense with the dark corners of government document secrecy. The thriller perfectly captures the tension between what governments hide and what they reveal, digging into manipulation, deceit, and doubt. If you like edge-of-your-seat stories intertwined with political intrigue, it's a fantastic read. And hey, you don't have to just take my word for it. Grab your copy and explore the twists and turns yourself. Buy now in ebook, print, or audio, and experience the suspense that questions everything about government secrecy. Coming back to real life, the key takeaway is that government information secrecy and crisis management is a double-edged sword. Governments aim to protect national security and social stability while trying to earn public trust. Yet without clear communication, that trust can erode fast. For us as citizens, understanding why secrecy happens helps us ask the right questions instead of jumping to conclusions. So next time you hear about withheld info or secret policies during an emergency, remember it's rarely black and white. It's a complex web, balancing security, confidentiality, and the public's right to know. And if you want a gripping fictional peek into what that world might look like behind closed doors, check out Hush. Thanks for hanging out and digging into this topic with me. Government secrecy isn't just a political issue. It's something that shapes how we live through crises. Until next time, stay informed and question everything, but always keep a bit of patience for those secret files. Who knows what's really hiding there?